Paul, how are you going?
Good, thanks, mate.
So I'm here to give you a bit more of nutrition guidance and awareness. So I'm just going to take you through the guidelines, Australian dietary guidelines between 1 to 5. It gives you a bit more of information about healthy eating and nutrition. So the first guideline is to achieve and maintain a healthy weight, be physically active and choose amounts of nutritious foods and drinks to meet your energy needs. The second guideline is to enjoy a wide variety of nutritious foods from these 5 groups every single day. So as you can see, this is the Australian food pie chart, and this is what you should be eating on your daily, on a daily basis, as you can see.
Right, yeah.
Alright, so for the first one, it's just your grain intake. The second one is vegetables and legumes and beans. The third one is fruit. The fourth one is milk, yogurt and alternatives, and the fifth one is lean meats and poultry foods. So that's that guideline. So the third guideline is limit intake of foods containing a saturated fat, added salt, added sugars and alcohol. The fourth guideline is to encourage, support and promote breastfeeding. And guideline 5 is care for your food, prepare and store it safely. So those are the 5 guidelines. Alright, so now I'm going to be taking you through a little bit of some stuff on healthy eating and a bit of information that you can go on with. So the first one is maintaining your health. So healthy eating is essential for maintaining our health. Good foods provide our bodies with enough vitamins and nutrients. The second one is preventing disease. So having a healthy diet limits the chances of developing diseases and illnesses such as diabetes, low cholesterol, low blood pressure, and decreases the risk of heart disease and cancers. Some advice on calorie intake versus calorie expenditure. Do you know what that is?
No, don't.
So I'm just going to briefly define it for you. So calorie intake is how much you are consuming, and calorie expenditure is how much you are burning off.
Okay.
So going on to how poor nutrition affects health and well-being is that if we are not consuming enough vitamins and nutrients, our body starts to fatigue. We then become tired and feel overworked. So having a high intake of salts, fats, and fats will affect your physical health and putting you at a risk of developing high cholesterol, high blood pressure, sugar levels, and diabetes. So I'm going on to how physical health and mental health are related. So when we are exercising, our body produces a chemical called serotonin, which makes us happy. So by exercising and keeping fit, our mental health is more likely to improve and increase because this chemical serotonin is being released, which makes us happier and stress-free. Exercising helps us to be more confident in ourselves, helps us to be, and also helps us to be more confident in our body image. And the last one is how body composition affects both physical and mental health. So body composition is used to describe the percentage of fat, bone, water and muscle in the human body. Muscular tissue takes up less space than body fat tissue, and being a heavy weight increases the risk of obesity and creates negative body imagery, which can create other mental health issues such as depression and anxiety. So that's that done. So now I'm going to take you through your food intake and what the recommended foods and servings you should be having. So the first one is vegetables. You're only having 2 servings and you should be having 6. So having vegetables like lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, carrots and all that stuff will really help and be beneficial towards your healthy eating. Have fruits, you're only having 0 servings and the recommended is 2. So having fruits like watermelon, rockmelon, apples and pears would really be beneficial as well. It also gives you a lot of vitamins and minerals. Grain and cereals. So for grain and cereals, you are only having 4.5 servings, and you should be having 6. So for grains, you should be having like polenta, muesli, fettuccine, brown breads, wholemeal breads, wraps, wheat flakes, and all that stuff. Gives you a lot of energy throughout the day. For lean meats, you're only having 3.5, and you should be having 3, so that's good. For milk, yogurt, cheese, and alternatives, you're only having 1 servings, and you should be having 2.5. So I'd recommend you increasing your milk intake and drinking low fat milk would be recommended. And for discretionary foods, you're having 0, which is really good. So just keep on that good work. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, how many servings of fruit and vegetables did you say I should be having?
So the recommended servings for your age and gender are 2 servings of fruit and a day, and 6 servings of vegetables and some fruit. And yeah, that's it. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah. So how can I increase my intake of calories without eating the wrong food?
So an effective way of increasing calories is by eating the foods from the grain and cereal food group, which is beneficial because you could be increasing your intake of that food group based off your 24-hour food journal. So eating foods like pastas, rice, breads, and things like that would be beneficial towards you. Also, just checking the Eat for Health guidelines. The pie chart would really help. All you have to do is go to eatforhealth.gov.au and it will come up with a pie chart. So that's it. Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, no, that's good. Thank you.
Thank you.
See you next time, mate.